Lebanon's state news agency is reporting the leader of an al-Qaeda linked group suspected of attacking an Iranian embassy in Beirut has died in military custody. Saudi national al-Majid al-Majid, commander of the Abdullah Azzam Brigades, is reported to have died in hospital. He was arrested on Wednesday and DNA tests were used to confirm his identity. His group was behind a number of attacks, including November's embassy bombing, which killed 23 people. Joseph Kéchichian is an analyst specializing in Middle East politics and a columnist for the Gulf News. Joins us via Skype from Beirut. Good to have you with us. I guess you could say this is very politically convenient or inconvenient. Where does it leave the investigation?
You're right. It is a good omen for Lebanon because obviously Majid al-Majid was a very hot potato. Saudi Arabia, Iran, the United States, perhaps others were demanding his extradition, and local Lebanese leaders were calling for his trial. So therefore, his death is convenient for everyone concerned, but especially for this divided and dysfunctional Lebanese government that can now take a breather. The next step, of course, is to find out exactly what happened and under what circumstances he entered Lebanon, which is much more complicated. It seems that people are led to believe.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what we know about the Abdullah Azzam Brigades, this group which we're told he led.
Well, the name Abdullah Azzam refers to a Palestinian from Jordan who was very active in the 1980s in Afghanistan. And he died as a martyr when he was fighting at that time with the Soviet Union. The Abdullah Azzam Brigade, however, was created in 2009, and presumably Majid al-Majid used this cover, or people behind Majid al-Majid used this cover to actually make the point. There are reports that say that Majid al-Majid was actually trained in Iran, and that his entry into Lebanon under very mysterious circumstances was done through Syria with forged Syrian papers. Now, this complicates matters a great deal as to whether or not he might have been working for the Iranians, even though he's a Saudi national, or that he might have had some kind of contact with Syrian intelligence groups as well. This is a big mystery at this point, and nobody seems to know exactly who this guy was and for whom he was working.
So that complicates the question of what exactly the link is with the Syrian war that's going on even further.
Oh, absolutely. I think that Lebanon is very much has no choice, really. It's immersed entirely in Lebanese affairs. It cannot extricate itself from, Syrian affairs. It cannot extricate itself in what's going on in next door. And it seems to me that as long as there are individuals and groups in Lebanon like Hezbollah that have absolutely no qualms about getting involved in Syria, we're going to have the Majid al-Majids of this world. We're going to have the Abdullah Azzam Brigades and others who will spill over the Syrian civil war into this country.
All right, thanks so much. Always good to get your thoughts. Joseph Kéchichian.